Hey guys, Sports Game Fever here, back again, and here's for first my PlayStation home screen thing, whatever. But we're going into the NHL 13 demo here, and this is basically the first time I actually opened up the game. I had downloaded and had it install and stuff while I was eating dinner. Come back upstairs, it's installed and everything, so we're getting ready to go here, and it's not just going to be a gameplay with commentary over. I'm actually going to kind of do a little bit kind of like a review, but more just my thoughts on the demo. I guess one thing I could say during this, as this loading screen is coming up, it being rated E10 plus as it has the NHL series for the past couple of years. I hate that rating. I think they should get rid of it. It's kind of just stupid. Just have it rated E like every other sports game. Even though there's punching in it, I don't see why there should be. It should be E10 plus. I don't even know why they made that genre or level of rating. But the opening was pretty cool. It's a bit more generic than usual. Like I remember they did with Taves. They had him when Taves was on the cover of NHL 11, I believe it was. They had Taves shooting on Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller. Who am I talking about? Because I was thinking Bobby Ryan and Hiller. I happened to shoot on him. Oh, and here's like my email and everything, so I'm going to have to remember to blur that out. Hopefully I did. If I didn't, this video will not make it up. But I was really excited when I jumped in here. I was like, oh my god, because my favorite band, The Offspring, their new hit song, I guess, their new hit song, not really my favorite song off their new album, but it's a really big hit with everything else. It was their first single off of it, made it onto this game. I've also seen a lot of I really like the soundtrack here. There's also Shinedown, another one of my favorite bands, but The Offspring is my favorite band. I'm going to see them a couple days after my birthday as kind of a birthday gift, so that's pretty cool. You see here I put it on All-Star, which is how I usually play NHL 12. And guess I'll talk about it more later, but once you get to see the gameplay. But I did feel this game was a bit easier than NHL 12. Of course, like the first 2 minutes, I was like, okay, this feels a lot different. But then once I got into it, it felt a lot more easy. I mean, obviously, I'll have to play some more games of it to really know, but I might have to bump it up to Superstar, which is the, I believe that's the hardest level in the game. Yeah. So you're gonna see here I go into play now, but when I thought like GM Connected was an option, I was like, oh, can you really do stuff with GM Connected just like a little bit? But no, it was just a video. So I go into play now, and I don't know if I'm gonna be Kings or Devils. I decided to be the Kings. I was cheering for the Devils in the finals, but I decided to go with the Kings anyway. Just checking out the settings, seeing if there's anything new, like since the NHL 12 demo, I'll see if you can change anything, because I would make it like 20-minute period so I could play a longer than just like a 5-minute period. But I guess once we get into here, I'll tell you more about the thoughts on the game. I really like the look of the main menu, though. I like that it's a bit of a change. Hopefully in the background, right now, like it says LA, because they won the cup, obviously, but hopefully you can change it like you'll be able to set your favorite team, and that'd be cool. So I'd have it like as the Bruins as the background. So I thought the intro to the period was pretty nice. It was more realistic than it was before. I really like the presentation wise. The announcers, they do need to be upgraded. I definitely think they need to, but other than that, I really like the presentation. I think the camera angles are more realistic. I have not played with the true broadcast that angle yet, but when they cut to players between plays and stuff, it seems a lot more realistic. So here I'm just figuring out like, holy crap, okay, this feels a lot different, just because I feel vibrations every other second as I'm trying to skate. It made it feel like less smooth with that, which I liked, because my complaint was always like the gameplay was way too smooth and stuff. It didn't feel like it was actually hockey, because hockey is, I mean, it is at times smooth, but it's far from it. so I really liked that. Even though really what they put into the game was to make it smoother, like you can skate backwards at any time and stuff, and it looks smoother. I guess I could say is it looks smoother, but it feels less like smooth, rougher maybe. I don't know. That probably made no sense. Like, tell me if that made sense at all. But there's my first shot and stuff. I'm not really going to talk about the gameplay, but I really did. Well, I mean, I'm going to talk about the gameplay, but not actually what's going on screen. I really did like the game, though. At one point, I was trying to figure out, after this, in the free skate mode, I was like just figuring out some more of the controls, and I was trying to hit L2 to push the puck up in front of me, which you can't do that now, as you can skate backwards. And I was like, how did they fix this? And then I realized, wow, I'm an idiot after like 2 minutes of trying to figure it out. They push it automatically in front of them. You'll see maybe a couple clips in this somewhere where they just push it in front of them as they're skating faster to compensate for that. But right there, I was just trying to do some more of that backwards skating, but that didn't work out, obviously. That would be my one complaint, and I think that's a lot of people's complaints. Basically, you can skate backwards at any time, and it prevents the other team from poke-checking it away from you. I don't really like that. You don't see players doing that in the NHL, really, or really anywhere. I don't think you see that. I mean, I definitely like it at points, like, it is good, like, if you're in the corner, like, oh, I'm going to take a couple steps backwards and stuff, but, like, you'll see videos, like, of people just, like, doing it all over the offensive zone, all across the rink, and I don't really like that. I didn't do that here, because I like to play more realistically. I hope you don't see the computer doing that at any point, because that would really stink, but, here, I think, yeah, that's my first goal. This is like the camera, where they're cutting with the cameras is much more realistic, and then the replay angles are much more realistic too. I mean, most of them are the same, but there are a couple that are different that I really like. I think both of those were current ones, or actually the second one was current. The last one, I mean, the first one was new, and the second one was like in NHL 12, but. So you like a lot of the angles between plays. I really like that. I really like when games like go with the presentation of how it's really on TV. I really like how they do that. Some games, and like MLB, I'd have to say MLB The Show was the first to kind of really do that. Like I think it was probably MLB 10 The Show that's really started the presentation up, and it looked like you were actually watching a baseball game, which I really like. I mean, I don't like watching baseball games, so that kind of sucked. But you know, you know what I'm saying. The camera angles, the commentary, everything was like my parents would walk in the room and think I was watching baseball. I'm like, no, I'm playing a video game. But see, that's how you know when it's really. That's how you know when the presentation's really good. If someone who just walks in and thinks it's a real game, that's how when you really know. I'd probably like to try that sometime with the true camera. Whatever, I don't know what it's called, the true broadcast camera, I think it's called, but, yeah, otherwise, you know, it feels like NHL 12 other than, like, the skating. Other than that, it's exactly like NHL 12, but, obviously, even though they said, like, the huge game feature is the true performance skating and the gameplay and stuff, I really don't think it is. I think most of the, it is outside the game, GM connected and the BGM stuff, which obviously you're not allowed to do in the demo, but I'm really looking forward to that. If, I mean, obviously I'd buy it anyway, but if I were, like, just, like, an average fan, like, of a series, like, I'm kind of an average fan of the Madden series, I'll go with that, because I don't buy it every year, I buy it every 2-3 years, that game. I would not buy this for the gameplay. If there was no real, like, game mode features that changed, I would not buy this. It's exactly the same besides the skating and stuff. Like it was a year ago with Madden, I think they just changed stuff with the wide receivers. There really wasn't much of a change. This year, however, what Madden did was they threw in the franchise is much better, I believe, and the Be a Pro is, compared to what it was, 20 times better, because the Be a Pro in that, if you play that franchise, it sucks. The Be a Pro, but they really revamped it. That way, you know, I might get it. Like, the gameplay isn't that much different, but there's a lot of big game modes. But in this, the gameplay isn't much different, even though they really advertised it hard. I really think the big difference will come in Be a GM and GM Connected, which I have a lot of friends that really love the NHL series, and I'm going to be doing some GM Connected with them. I mentioned at one point of doing a GM Connected with subscribers. I'm not doing that. I'm just sticking with this league, but with my friends. But I might do some clips from that, show you guys some stuff there. Oh, looks good. Like that, their camera angle that they just showed of, I think it was Penner on the bench after the hit, he scored a goal, was really nice. Really like that. But yeah, you'll see he'll score another goal, and all the goals weren't really that hard to score. They were kind of just like a skate in, shoot, maybe a pass and shot, and you know the puck's in the net. So they said the goalies were a lot better. I don't really see it that much. I mean, I know the goalies like they look more realistic. Like you'll see Brodeur in a lot of these plays, like he's making that like glove save was a lot smoother than it was in NHL 12, but they are not at all more difficult. After this, I went into free skate, like I said, just to see a couple things. And one of the things I saw, oh, there's the backward skate. One of the things I did was just like that kind of glitch backhand forehand shot goal on the breakaway, and it worked 50% of the time like it does in NHL 12. So that was unfortunate. I wish they'd take that out, make you be a little bit more creative with that. But otherwise, guys, I really did like the demo. It was fun to play. As usual, I really love when the demos come out. Usually I'm like, you know, I'm not going to play NHL 12 now because like last year when NHL 12 demo came out, I was like, I'm not going to play NHL 11 anymore. I'm just playing the demo if I want to play NHL. Because at this point, I start to be out. Once the season's over, I kind of get out of the hockey frame of mind. But once the game comes out, I get right back into it. And then once the season starts, I get into it even more. But, you know, I'm probably just still playing NHL 12. I don't really want to play this too much more. Because, you know, like I said, the gameplay didn't change too much. But right there, more presentation. I really like that little score coming up at the end of the game. I have a surprise video coming out for you guys later. So I guess stay tuned for that. I'm signing off. See you guys later.